Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are diving into a topic that honestly can make or break a business partnership: vendor onboarding. Now, I know what you might be thinking: paperwork, right? But getting this right is so much more than that. It's the difference between locking in a super reliable partner and, well, accidentally inviting a huge liability into your business. So let's break down how to get it right. So let me just ask you this, straight up. How well do you really know your vendors? And I mean really know them, not just what their website says or what's in their fancy pitch deck. Because the real answer to that question can uncover some pretty serious risks hiding in your supply chain. Risks tied to their financial stability, their compliance, or even just their basic ability to do what they say they're going to do.
And believe me, this isn't just some theory. Take this real-world case, for example. A company was this close to signing a big contract with a new vendor. But during a routine check, they discovered the vendor's certifications just weren't solid. They were unreliable. And just like that, they dodged a massive compliance bullet. It's the perfect example of why this whole process isn't just bureaucracy. It's an absolutely critical safeguard for your business. Okay, so how do you make sure you're not the one left dodging bullets? Well, it's all about shifting your mindset from being reactive to being proactive. And to do that, let's start by putting on our professor hats. We're going to look at the core theory behind a really solid onboarding process before we jump into the nitty-gritty practical steps.
So, at its heart, what are we really talking about? Comprehensive onboarding is all about one thing: reducing risk. And you see that keyword right there? Before. It's not about damage control after a vendor messes up. No way. It's a proactive strategy to spot the red flags super early and stop those problems from ever happening in the first place. You know, a great way to think about this is to picture an onboarding funnel. It's simple. You have all these potential vendors you could work with, and you pour them into the top of the funnel. Then, your vetting process acts like a filter, systematically screening out anyone who's high risk, non-compliant, or just not a good fit. What comes out the bottom? Only the best, most reliable partners. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, Professor Hat off, we've covered the why. Now, let's switch gears and open up the Practitioner's Toolkit. This is the how. This is the hands-on, due diligence deep dive that actually makes that funnel we just talked about work. When you boil it all down, the whole process really comes down to these three core steps. First up, verification. You've got to check their financial and legal status. Are they a real, stable business? Step 2 is validation. You need to confirm they can actually do what they promise. And finally, step 3 is your internal approval workflow. This makes sure the final decision is buttoned up and everyone is accountable. All right, so to put those 3 steps into action, let's get even more practical. We're going to distill this down into a core checklist you can actually use. Think of this as your go-to guide for getting a vendor from that first hello to a final confident yes. This checklist hits on 3 non-negotiables. First, KYC, or Know Your Customer, though for us it's really Know Your Vendor. You're just verifying their legal identity. It's basic but crucial. Second, you have to assess their financial health. You don't want to end up relying on a partner who's about to go belly up, right? And third, validate their professional references. Seriously, call them, talk to their other clients, and see what they're really like to work with. You know, at the end of the day, everything, the funnel, the steps, this checklist, it all comes back to this one simple but really powerful idea. The whole goal is just prevention. It's about building a system that protects your business from trouble before it even has a chance to start. So I'll leave you with a final question to chew on. As you think about your own company, your own teams, ask yourself, what hidden risks could a better, more robust onboarding process uncover for you? Answering that question honestly could be the very thing that protects you from your next big headache. Thanks for watching.